HTML is a language which we use to mark up the content, right? To show the content, and the CSS is a language working with HTML to customize the style of it. So let me just create a new folder here, just trying to start from scratch. Some HTML and CSS. So just trying to open with code. You always want to open the folder, so you will be able to easier to create a file inside it, or just open the files. Right, so I'm gonna create a new file inside here. It's gonna be I'm gonna just say index.html. Right, so my HTML file, and also I want to create a style.css, two files. Right. Index.html, so we can generate the layout, which is exclamation mark and tab. It's going to give you a template of the HTML file. Alright, so feel free to change the title to anything you like. For example, we can make a login form, right? So my the prettier is changing changing the style a little bit, changing the indent a little bit for me. So in the body, I'm going to create h1 says login, right? And I can put a form. Right, and I have a couple of divs inside here. First one is label username and input text. All right, and then we have a div with label password and the input type is password. And after div, we can put a button here for submit. It's quite simple. We have a h1, have a form, and in the form we have login information. Username, password, and the button. Alright, so let's open this file so take a look at how it looks like. So open with live server. Right, so you can see this is how the form looks like. Login, username, and password. Right. So let's add in some style to it. So let's firstly link this file with our style.css, or link them together. So we're going to do link, and the href is style.css. It's not going to change anything because the style.css is empty for now. At this time, right? It's empty. This file is empty, so it's not going to change anything. All right. So in the style CSS, we can do some changes. But firstly, I just want to make sure are they linked together. So let's try to change h1 into another color. For example, red, it does change it, so we know these two actually link together. Alright, so I'm gonna remove this one. So we're gonna do a couple changes. Let's adding a background color to the whole body. So body, background, it's background color. So like this one. Alright, give some background color. Alright, so if I want to move this thing into the center, again we're gonna need a container to move the container into the center. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna put a div around everything, right? Start div, start from here, and end after, right before the ending of body. It contains everything. Right, so move things inside it, and give a class container. Right, div with the container. So we're gonna say for the container class, make the margin 30 pixel auto, and make a width of it. It doesn't work. Oh, it actually works, but not works very well. Let me see. I'm gonna have to work around with this item, see how it looks like. Yeah, play around with numbers.
No. That doesn't work. I don't know. It was I don't know.
Alright, so that is a container. We just move into the middle a little bit. What else we can do? So we can give a background of the form part. Alright, so we need a container for the form part. Actually, we only have a form. We can just target on the form. So we can say for the form, background. Let's say what color I want on it. Background color. Well, I don't see that looks good. Just adding color you like. Basically, you can just use them. Use I'm going to any color you like. And for the container, we can also have some padding here, so we can have some space between the container and the form. Actually, yeah, we're gonna add some padding to the form. Padding, 20 pixel. So it's gonna have some space around the content. It's just using another color, so easier to see. Easier to see. Basically, you can use any color you like. really good at color. Usually just give me a color, just use it. Right. So yeah. All right. So for the text, you can also feel free to change it. So the color, maybe just change to white. So the text was going to be white color or any other color you like. Right, and for the label inside it, we can just say for the label, make a display of them in 2 blocks. So it's going to change to the first line. Right, separate them into lines. And then maybe for the input, I want them to be width to be 100%. Make them longer. And some margin top, just give some space between each other, like a 10 pixel. No, I'm gonna be margin bottom side 10 pixel. Yeah, that looks better. And for the input, we can also have things like a border radius, like 5 pixels to make it like a round a little bit. See, like we are using a different style, like a sign up page. Basically, it's all there's a lot of ways to style it. And for the button, we can also do something to it. For the button, let's see what I want to do to the button. Firstly, I want to change the width of it, make it like 100%, and give some padding to it, 10 pixel, so it'll give some space between the text and the margin. Change the background color. Let's do something dark red. That looks good. Some lighter red. Anyway, yeah. And yeah. I also wanted the cursor pointer so I will be able to, like when I move the mouse over there, it just becomes a pointer.
So when you scroll down a little bit so I can see the
Okay, of course. Yeah. I'm gonna stop here for 1 second so make sure to catch up. Maybe it's 10 pixels is too much. Try the 5 pixel. Actually, something like that. So it's 10 pixels is fine. And you can also see the button hover. It means when you hover the button, I want to change the background color to something similar to this, but maybe darker or lighter. Let's see, I'm gonna make it a lighter color. like this one. Right, so I move mouse over, there's a hover effect on it. Right, so this is just an example of what we did last week. Right, so the code looks a little bit different from the one we have on sign up page, but it's basically a lot of ways you can do it. Right, a lot of ways. Go back to HTML. Sure, that's it. Right, just from here to here. Have a container and have a form. So I'm gonna make it bigger so you can able to see them. Right, HTML, CSS. Alright, so we're gonna move on. Here's what we have. Move on to something else.
Give me a second, please.
Hmm?
Give me a second.
Sure.
Can you scroll up the style?
Alright, I'll share the file with you. I can share the file into the Slack, so it'll be able to easier for you. So let me just go ahead and send the file into the Slack. So it's 2 files, and send them into the Slack. Login form. Alright, so I shared the file in the Slack. Should be able to click to open it. Right, so if you go to Slack, you see the 2 files are here. Just open them here. You can just basically check what we have there. Yeah, Slack for 2019. Alright, so we're going to be waiting for 1 more minute. We're going to go to jump to something next. Alright, so I'm going to move something else. Let me just close this. Let me just minimize it for 1 second. So, what we're going to talk next is called Bootstrap. Let me just Google it. Bootstrap. Right, so Bootstrap. Bootstrap is the most popular CSS framework, and so to simply say what it is just a CSS file other people created and allows you to use it for free. Right, so it's actually created by the Twitter company. Right, so let me just show you what we have inside here. So if you go to Bootstrap, there's a download button. You click on download, and just choose the first download here. Download it. And again, you will be able to find that in the download folder. In the downloads folder, it's right here. Right in downloads folder. Let's make it bigger so you can see it. This is a zip file, so we're gonna have to unzip it. Gonna right click, extract it all. I just extract it. So inside here, we have a CSS file. This is something we're going to use. CSS file. and have like a bunch of them. So we're gonna using the first one here, bootstrap.css. We can just copy that and put that into the folder we were working with, which is this one. I just created. Right, place it here. Bootstrap.css. Right, so let me do it again. One more time. So I Google Bootstrap. Bootstrap, the most popular HTML, CSS, and JavaScript library. I just click on it and choosing the download, and click on the download here. Right, it's gonna download it, and once it's downloaded, you're gonna go to your downloads folder. To go to there, you can just open any folder and choosing the downloads from left, right, downloads folder. And you can see the downloads is the first one here, the Bootstrap 4.3.1 .zip, this .zip. You just right click on it, extract all. Extract all. Alright, so it's gonna open another folder for you, and what we need is the CSS, the Bootstrap CSS inside it. Bootstrap CSS inside it. And then we can go ahead and copy it and just bring it to the folder we were working with right here. Just put it inside here, Bootstrap.css. Okay, so you should be able to see the Bootstrap in your left menu here, right? Inside the VS Code in the menu here, Bootstrap.css. Right.
The last button bring me to VS Code.
Just you can just open it, double click it, yeah, go to CSS, and the Bootstrap is drag it from one to two. So yeah, just do that. Just copy it. Right. So everyone got it? The Bootstrap file. Drag it out. Drag it out. Yeah. Release it. Yeah. So right on there. This should be equal sign. That's right. No. Still open the file. We want to open the folder. Right here, the empty place. Yeah. Open the whole folder. The file. Right, so everyone got it? We're gonna keep moving. So the Bootstrap file, let's just open it, take a look what we have inside here. This is the Bootstrap file, and that is just the HTML CSS file. Just scroll down to check that it has a bunch of classes, a bunch of like styles inside it. Right, so this is basically a very huge CSS file, like people created for you to use. There's a lot of items inside it. To understand what it is doing, yes, you can read through it, but it may take you like too long time. So you can using the Bootstrap website, right? So in the Bootstrap website, you can check the documentation they have here. I click on documentation here. They have the introduction and about what you can do here. So we can check in the components they provide here. And here are a lot of examples about everything you can do with it. So you can use that to change the color of stuff. You can use that to simply create some stuff, right? Some budget, some buttons, right? Some buttons and or some cards, different style. Right, we're gonna take a look on each of them to see how it looks like. All right. So firstly, right. So in my index HTML here, we will connect to the style CSS, right? We're gonna rewrite it to connect to Bootstrap.css. Right. We're gonna instead of using our CSS, we're gonna using his CSS here. Right. Let's open the page. See, take a look how it looks like right now. So this is a login page. It looks. Right. It's a little bit different from what we had without CSS. You're gonna change it fonts into the Bootstrap fonts. Just why it doesn't work anymore. Okay, I should be able to solve it. All right, so close that. All right. So we change the style CSS into Bootstrap CSS. All right. So we're gonna explain what we can do with Bootstrap. So first thing we want to do is for the H1, you can give a class to it, like a text danger. Let's say change it to a red color. That is a Bootstrap class. Text dangerous, which is changed to a danger color. If you check the Bootstrap website here, search for text, you can see it's actually search for color, not for text. Color. You see there are examples of colors you can use. You can use text primary class, text secondary, text success, text danger, text warning, or text info, or different colors you can use. They also have something like text light, text dark, text body, text muted. Right, there's different colors. Right, so if I change the class into text primary, let's change the color into blue. So you don't have to change it by yourself. Right, and the next thing I want to format the form. So I can use another Bootstrap class. So for the div here, you can say class. It's called form group. And for the input, I can use class form control. I'll take a look on it. And this is how it looks like. Make it a long form here. I like that. This is a Bootstrap style you can just directly use without your own CSS. You can use their CSS to do those things. And do the same thing for the password. So the class is form group, and input the class is form control. It's all from the website, from the Bootstrap documentation. Right, this is how the login formed. Username and password. And this is also from the Bootstrap. If you search for the form, form, you can see that there are something. Okay, see, if you want to make a form like this, here are the code. And the things important here are the classes. You need to apply the form group on the group div, and apply the form control on the input to make a form like this. Right, so examples. And for Bootstrap also have the button stuff. Like for the submit button, if we want to style that, you can just go to Bootstrap, search for button, and give you examples of how can you form the button. See, if you want a button like that, here is the code. If you want a button like this, here is the code. All right, different And the class here, the important thing is a class here. Like a class gives a style to the things you want. Right, so it's different examples. If it's like a button like that, you can also using class. Right. So maybe we want using a button like this, block level button. Right. So it's gonna be btn class btn primary, btn block. Right, so let's try it out. So I can say button class btn primary and btn block. Right, 3 classes. So let's give you a style like that. And if you want to move the forms down a little bit, right, move it from top to give some space between the content and the top. So we want some margin. If you go to the Bootstrap, search for margin. How do I give some margin here? Right, so it's here. Using the margin and padding to control how elements and components are spacing. Blah blah blah. I can tell you the answer for that is margin top. So like for the container, I'm gonna say class for margin top is empty, and I have 1. Let's give you some small space. I'll give you some small space. You can give margin 2. Let's give me more. Margin 3. Let's give you extra. Right? Margin. I think margin top 5 is maximum I can give from one element. Let's give you some space from top. Okay. So I have container. Margin top 5. I give it 2 classes here. Just using space to separate them. Same thing as button. btn primary, and btn block. Right? We can have more than 1 classes. Take a look. See if you can create the same thing.
So wait.
Yes?
So I never got a chance to connect the seals.
If you just put the style here, so put the div here.
No, I understand that. I have to know what I'm doing before I choose to put something in. Follow me?
What do you need? We are linking CSS to HTML.
I understand what you're saying. I have to understand you from the get-go. Follow me?
You understand what I'm saying?
I'm not on the same page as you.
Pages.
I'm on the same page as you. You started, right?
You don't need to know what you're calling it.
That's what I'm saying. You started. As I'm looking, as I did the CSS,
Yeah.
okay?
Yeah.
And I said, okay, let me just go ahead and add this to the HTML. You said, add that to the Slack. Okay? So you added that to the Slack, so I didn't got a chance to get here. So you moved on to Bootstrap.
Yeah.
So I'm still lagging behind. So I'm not catching up with you. Is what I'm saying.
So we stopped using the CSS. I mean the CSS we created. We're trying to using another CSS. So
I know
it's
what
not
you
gonna
did.
stop you if you didn't finish the last part.
No, but if I'm not catching up with you, so I'm not going to be on the same page as you.
But you can see the last part for now. The file is here. You can always go back in and finish the Bootstrap part.
Okay, so I'm trying to say, okay, so how do I move this
why I'm trying to show you. If you go back here, you already downloaded the Bootstrap CSS here, right?
Right.
So if you just put the Bootstrap name here, which is connected to it, which is how you do CSS and HTML, right? Okay. So so in here, this.
So you can go back to the folder.
So make what?
Into the Bootstrap, to the name of it. That's just like a style CSS or just another CSS file.
Can you give a little scroll right now? The next one.
Yeah, so that's it. And we are still using the same form from the HTML we were using.
Right, which I was
Yeah.
not done here. So since I'm not done with that, I'm actually not following the code.
What's this called?
Completed with the other side.
You can do it right now.
I need to be, because I can let this whole class go. My whole last question. Again,
Just let me know what the question is.
you did ask me a question. You just showed me that part.
Okay, sure.
I didn't know what you did and how to link this to. I'm asking you that question. I'm sitting right here right now.
Yeah, so it's just like linking a normal CSS file. So if you just create your own style CSS, you do style CSS. If you want to link to Bootstrap CSS, you do Bootstrap CSS. It's just the normal CSS file.
So you basically saying don't use this.
Yes. I'm not saying don't use it. I'm saying if you want to link Bootstrap, you link Bootstrap CSS.
Now, what do we do? You just did this one.
No, I didn't.
Is it?
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
That's what I,
Yeah.
that's what I
This
call-
is a
that's what I call it.
this is a review for last week's stuff. This is what we did last week. That when we create the sign up page and some things we can do, and then we just stop right there. So instead of using that, we're using the Bootstrap.
So here in Bootstrap, what am I going to split? Here, what's the whole point here?
These are the style that we downloaded online. We didn't create it, right? So this is basically Bootstrap is online like a free CSS file. You can just download and use without describing by yourself. Make sense?
A little bit. A little bit because I have to know, I have to know where I'm going to understand what somebody wrote.
Yeah, sure.
So I don't know the whole idea with Bootstrap, what it does and everything else.
I just said that's
I know what you
CSS
said.
you can download. Just said.
I hear what you said, but how does it relate to what we are doing is my whole contention.
You will need to style yourself. And if you don't want to write it, you're going to find it somewhere else. And Bootstrap is one of the resources you can use. Right?
Okay.
And yeah.
Connect to what? To the margin and all that. We use Bootstrap. To the user.
How you had it, like after you had the link, rel equals style sheet, and then have it to
So
style CSS.
I need to save these and open it up
Bootstrap in all caps.
on the browser.
Yeah, sure. Just save
So
the
that
file,
should
the
manage.
HTML file.
All that should manage. All that should manage.
For me.
All that should manage. And style sheet too, if I'm not mistaken.
Deal with HTML.
Yeah, no lie, all that should manage.
Anyone still getting problem linked to Bootstrap?
Just really fast.
Okay, yeah.
How do you separate passwords? IDCRs all together? I just want to know.
Okay, so you can add in a margin top on the bottom.
Right here?
So it's gonna add
On this box?
No, it's just an example. So this is, so we're adding a margin top here, so we're adding some space here. If you're adding the same thing on the
Like for
bottom,
MB?
if you're adding MB, it's adding the bottom from here to here, or from the bottom. Got me? I don't see So if you're adding margin MB here, it works, but just remember what you're adding is on the container. The container is from here to here, right? But adding a margin B on the container, give some space here, and then it shrunk the space between. What we're going to do is we're going to find the bottom. And if you think about what as a margin, as an MT between the
Right, I think that's basically what he does. Get it. Yeah, I know we can do that.
Okay, so let's first before we do this, we have to spell it out. Go to so the Bootstrap is in the download folder right now. Go to any of them. So we want to go to the download folder. And right add one of them. Using Bootstrap.
That's right.
Right-click, right? Copy it into the folder where you want to place. Very nice. Okay. So click on this one, check it. Let's do it. Right-click, paste it here. Here, everyone.
Yeah, exactly. That's how I felt.
File, import. So now we can go back to here. This is file you were working with. No, not this one. This was the first thing. So these put together, we're gonna put a link after the title. That's the line. Open this with that server. So you can see the style change there. Yeah, it's better. And if we want to make it even better, we can add in some styles. For example, the example I give here. So here is a form. That is just style, right? So we can give a class.
Bootstrap is like a cheat sheet.
For the form.
If you look at it, it just
Just give some space between this and others. All the forms to it. All the give some space between each other.
add classes to HTML.
No, this is something new to add.
Oh, okay.
If something's wrong, you want to create another.
That,
If you want to run
If
the
you want, I can just go with
It's
the
just
normal.
got-
with 100
but
percent.
that's problem with that.
And the Bootstrap is like just
Yeah.
C plus form control.
Oh wow.
Yeah, so we don't really discover like we keep a feed from the beginning until the end. Right, that's what we usually do. Put everything inside the feed. We won't change anything, but into the class. Class is extended.
Oh, okay.
If that's too much, we have another class like external fluid. So the smallest piece, it's
You
all.
don't have to do like a 10 margin.
Yeah. This is what I've seen. So yes, it's all right here. So from container and what do you do? Yeah, this is yeah, this is a popular one. So basically, you can see if I, for example, I'm saying like, okay, so I create an HTML page. I will style my button. I go to the Bootstrap. Search for button. Format of style. Then button. There's other classes you can use, like BTM, blog. So
Oh, okay.
now we're gonna go over all the examples. Give it to me.
Okay.
What's in here? Right click on the file, choosing open with custom. Question? Sure. Do you have the HTML file created in here?
It's not even a reaction, it's like genuinely.
So we have the HTML file.
I was in the two. The bootstrap is that.
Right.
It's a big download folder, so now you download it.
Yeah.
You just drag it. It's a zip file. Because actually it's yeah, CSS. At first it will be very fast. Once you drag it, it will let you see the file in seconds. Something like this, you know, it's now it's not
Uh-oh.
the correct one, but for example, if you want to put a picture,
Yeah, I wasn't sure, so I downloaded a
yeah,
couple. I
download
figured
it here,
Yeah.
and so you download this one here.
Oh,
It should
okay.
be the first one.
Well, I downloaded both, but I didn't know which one you wanted, so I figured you get rid of it. Open it.
Okay, so go back to downloads and okay. Okay. Try to look at it. So open it, CSS folder, immediately. Copy it, put it into the folder which is this one. Let's say that. That's it. Just go through explore.
Yeah, really interesting.
Rename the folder. Yeah, sure. And the link that you get on this CSS table is CSS file.
That's pretty interesting.
No, we'll change the HTML file. We didn't have the bootstrap CSS. CSS is the same. Right?
See it? Right here. I got it on here now, but I'm on the same page as you.
Okay, you go to bootstrap here now. So where is that? Is that in here?
I get it all. That's it. That's it.
Where is this? So I'm gonna copy that. Put that inside this folder. What is the people?
That was the first one. I did.
This one?
Then we did a test on that.
Okay. So we're gonna need the HTML files to work on the things. So it's that. Oh, did you sign in?
I did. I had to do it again.
Sure, you sign in. Because I know that your email ID is right.
Alright guys, let me explain this a little bit so you have understanding what we're trying to do here. So we created a HTML file, right? So which is we can call it index.html and name. So inside here we have a form, right? We have our like a username, a password. That is our form. So if we want to style this index.html, we're gonna create a CSS file. Right inside here, we're gonna have like some style, like a H1 is the color red or something, to link them together to style it, right? This is what we saw this last week. We'll have HTML, want to style it, put CSS to link to it, and give some style. And the Bootstrap is another CSS, right? You can instead of calling style, we'll call it Bootstrap. Just give it another name. And if we want to apply the Bootstrap CSS style into our page, still same thing, we'll link it to it. And the benefit of using Bootstrap is we don't have to write the content of it by ourselves. The Bootstrap includes like a lot of content inside it you can directly use. So it saves the developer time to design stuff. You don't have to like think about, okay, should I give 5 pixels here, 10 pixels there, or change the margin like that much, change the label that much. Bootstrap does all the things for you, so you can directly apply the styles directly to the file. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
And I will show more examples like what Bootstrap can do. So this is the idea behind Bootstrap. And so we're just talking about the benefit. So it's just increase the speed of you create a website. Like previously, if you want to make a website, you have to take like maybe 1 week. And with Bootstrap, you can make it like in half week, 3 days, 4 days, because it saves you 2 days to write the style stuff. This is benefits. And also the disadvantages using Bootstrap is like if think about it, if everyone using Bootstrap, and your website will look so much similar to each other, because all of you are applying the same style page, right? So if you're working in a real company, they may, if there's a startup company, they may use Bootstrap. But if there's the big company, they're going to have their own Bootstrap, their own CSS file. So you won't like using this public free library to apply their style. They're gonna have their own like they call it like maybe you're working in Google, they're gonna have a Google .css, and instead of using Bootstrap, we're using our own CSS to apply to it. Right, so this makes our page more unique comparing with other websites. And this is the difference. But the whole idea is, no matter what we call it, it is just a CSS file. It's used just to link to our HTML page to style it, to give it a different like, color, change the width of the page, change the height of the page, things like that. I just wanna, yeah, that's it. Just want to let you know like what we're trying to do here. We're trying to, instead of writing a CSS file ourselves, we are trying to start with using someone else's CSS. And once you're getting a better understanding of how these things work together, you can also modify the Bootstrap CSS to change it by yourself, to make it more like your own page instead of like a Bootstrap page. But this is where we're going to start with. Alright, so let's come back to this page. Right, so to keep it simple, let me just go ahead to go to the Slack So I just uploaded 2 files. Alright, so if you couldn't follow with me about these 2 files, you can just basically download this. Download the index HTML here. Right, this is the file we just used. So which is actually very easy. Just go ahead and download the file. Oops, sorry. Download the file. And this is download index HTML. You can put that into your folder instead of using this. I'm going to using the one I just downloaded. Right, so index HTML. Here, just copy and paste that into. You need getting familiar with copy and paste. Alright, copy the file from here to the folder we were working with, or you can just open the VS Code and drag it in. It's the same thing. You can just drag the index into here. Right, so you have the index.html inside here.
Do we need to rename it? Or
You want to rename it? Just right click rename it. It's fine. You can rename it like a login.html. Just rename it to anything you like.
which file we're downloading again?
It's just the form. This one we were working with. This one. Yeah, index.html. So just make sure we're on the same page. The index.html, right? This one. Or you can just copy the code on the right and paste that into your HTML file. So it has just rename it to the index. Index actually is a very special name. It's for the landing page for any website. Yep.
To put this in the browser or something like that.
Put that into browser. What page you want to put in the browser? Right click. Just right click and click here. Open that server. Yeah. I'm gonna open this. Sure. I just give you a few minutes. Try to make sure you can at least see this page. Right, so make sure at least you can see the page. I see this page. This is what we want. So this is a page we made this in the morning. Just have a login and have a username and password. Field. And we're going to use the Bootstrap to style it.
So what?
Yeah.
How do I navigate down VS Code here? If I were to close some of these here, let's see. Right. So when I go here, I'm not able to see some of these here, so I can navigate around it.
So the reason you can only see this view file inside here because this is the file you have in the current folder. So if you check in the folder, you should open it. Which folder you open? Let's go to the folder. Actually, you can see it here. You just go here. You will also every single class. So you go back here. You go to single class. Well, that's class. Okay. So let's go to single class. So here and here you can match. Okay. So this is what you have. So if you want to see those files inside here, you can drag this file into here to see it. Yeah, because the everything VS Code is editor. It's gonna be just checking the files in the current folder. So these are the files you have in the current folder. If you want to see more files, you can get the files inside it.
I will see here.
Yeah, that's the one. Yeah, this is the file you have inside it. And also, this two of the match.
Right. Does it say what do you mean as far as copy the VS Code? When I go to the folder, none of this is specifically says it's coming from the
Because it's reversely. This is not coming from VS Code. VS Code is from this. This is why you use. Click on here. You see the name. You see the example. So you close that, for example, and what you need is right click on here, and it says open with code. Open this folder with this code. So basically, this code is coming from that folder, and it's the all folder we have all file inside that folder. Sure. Right. So anyone still getting trouble to get into this page? Alright, so we're gonna keep going. Alright, so let me know if you have any trouble. So yeah, so we're gonna link this page to the Bootstrap. To the Bootstrap. Just check the code here. So this is what we have here, and make sure you can see the Bootstrap.css on your left. Left navigation. Right, you see, make sure you have see the Bootstrap.css here. And we're going to change href here into bootstrap.css. Yeah, for the link. My link in the head. Change that into bootstrap.css. If everything works correctly, you should see your style is changed a little bit. You should be able to see the style change a little bit. You see the font change. You see my font is a little bit different from yours right now. The font style and the font size change a little bit different. So I should be able to see the Bootstrap CSS style. It's become a little bit different. So make sure you can see the Bootstrap CSS in the navbar, and you should be able to change change the style by changing the style CSS into the Bootstrap CSS. The style should be changed a little bit. Sure. Click on this one here. Let's say this one is right here. So we have index, and I don't see the Bootstrap here. So in the portfolio, we don't have the Bootstrap. Yeah, we're gonna have to copy the Bootstrap over. Where is the Bootstrap downloaded? Let's click on here. Bootstrap. Click on it. Open CSS. Yeah, drag it inside here, not there. Here, yeah.
I dragged it.
I don't see it. Try it again. Drag it again. Drag into the portfolio folder this time. Yeah. That's weird. Yeah, just release it. Let's just do it in another way. Just right click, copy it. Yeah, I'm gonna minimize it. Minimize it. I'm gonna go to this one, right? Yeah. Oh, this one here. I found it. It's in the portfolio. Go right click, paste it. Okay, so we have it here. In here we have it. And then, okay, so you can just leave it, just ignore it, and check in the index HTML. Right? Change the style to Bootstrap. Yeah. Yeah.
So this is my index.html, and this is the style. Well, this is the old style sheet. This is
The Bootstrap style.
This is the new style sheet we did this morning. Are you working with this here right now?
No, we are not using it at all. Just the only CSS we're using is Bootstrap CSS.
Bootstrap. So I have this right here.
Yes, that's good.
And that gives me this paper.
Yeah, yes. You are those different because you end this one, so they copy from the finished one. We are going from that finish here. And one step ahead. Yeah.
Okay, that's what that's why I'm asking. Because I have this and
Right, so everyone on the same page? Okay, sure. Yeah.
Sitting on the bench waiting.
Something like that. It took me like forever to try to figure out how to do this.
Had to line it up. Cleaner.
No, just how to get it lined up because I wasn't getting how to do it.
Why didn't you do it like the other like you did on that one? So it's
That's why I like to replace those instead of labels. It'll line up automatically.
yeah, it gives you less bullshit. Because the wordings are not the same length. So then you that's what you just said, right? With the label above
Well, I'm just saying, inside.
Oh, inside, directly.
Yeah, so instead of using a label, you just put the template and then you put placeholder. When it pops up, it'll be inside the placeholder.
Right. It's cleaner too.
So we're gonna everything that's good. Right click on empty text. Well, try to open using the code. Using the first code, open the whole folder. One file. You can see all the files. And then index 2 equals 1. Right click and open that search. You see what you have.
Line breaks. She just basically line breaks those, right?
So with that, you just put under basically label class.
Alright, so let's try to style it.
Okay.
Let's try to style it. So we have it opened, and now we can think about what to do to it. Firstly, maybe I want to make the form looks better. I make the form looks better. So if you go to Bootstrap website, my Bootstrap website, you search for form. I just want to make sure you see the same thing as I see. Just make it smaller. If you go to the documentation, search for the form. I should be able to see the examples they provided here. So they usually just provide the example and show you the code to make it. So that means if you want, you can basically copy and paste it to your code. You should be able to see the exactly same thing as theirs. If you want, you just copy that. And I'm just gonna using the class name they're using here, right? The class name. So if you check the code, it says they have a form inside it, and in the form they have the same thing like the dividers, like ours. They have first divider, second divider, and third divider. Division. And each div has a class form group. We're gonna add that form group class into ours. Alright, so if you go back to our code, each div here in the form, as we say, we're gonna add a class form group. That is a Bootstrap class they made. Adding two form group here, form group and form group.
And that's after replacing the form.
Replace the form? We didn't replace anything. We're just adding a class into the div. See that? The div?
Yeah.
Yeah, adding class. Give it a class.
So that we're not copying
We're not copy what?
nothing.
class equal to form group. So so what it does, if you check the Bootstrap CSS, search for form group, you actually can see what we did here. Right, it's basically just giving margin bottom one rim. That is from the Bootstrap. Let's give some margin bottom to each one of them. So basically, if you see the file, you should be able to see the difference, which is just give some margin between each division, each pair of form inputs. Give some margin bottom. This is what it does. Alright, so another class we want to use according to the example they give here is form control. Form control should be given to each input here. Right, this input is give class form control, and give it also to the second input form control. Same thing, if you want to know like how they made it, you can check it from the CSS here, like form control. There's actually a lot of them. Like it's a lot of the classes are applied to here, and visually it's basically just looks like that. Give some, make it longer than the normal one. Make it longer. Yep.
The search function you give it what?
Control F. Control F is for search. It's the same thing for all the editors like Microsoft Word or Notepad.
Well, I know when I look at PDF, but I don't know if
When you're adding,
PDF you do that, especially from PDFs.
So we are basically using this style creating
It's like copy and paste, the same work, a little different. It's with insert.
Is that?
Insert, you see on top of the arrows?
If for some reason we insert no,
Yeah, that's how you
no main and we thought it's not wrong.
Insert,
There's
that's how it works.
because the reason we want we create this way it's more like a power user.
Each time it does individual cuts.
So it's hard to say don't have a
So
team.
we know what he's doing.
Super necessary.
But if you just put a
A
team
lot
here,
faster by saving.
that's a
Right.
the action change something here, as long as it's
Wait, so do we link Bootstrap also with the style sheet on those other style sheet? So with the index HTML that they have right there, the style, somebody have to download the style sheet?
First came in,
Yeah.
and how we did it. It's basically comparing what all the work you put in compared to what's downloaded. Cheat sheet.
But the Bootstrap.
What is it? The most shadow.
That's what's cool.
No, I get it, but if you try to say, what it is, show us.
So the thing is, all you do, one thing about Bootstrap is all you have to do is add classes to your HTML. So you're just editing your HTML and then you're not even really touching Bootstrap. But once you do the classes and stuff, then all HTML.
So Bootstrap have a margin of
Change the color.
here, for example. That one combined colors.
Everything that you do in class, make it
So,
like
we're adding some
this
margin.
text primary makes this H1 color. I have watch. Because of all the classes and
Yes,
stuff
it
that
has to do this. more than one class. Which class?
I'm gonna do secondary, and it's gonna turn to grade.
All the classes, all the staff. So one is building and the same class. From 2, 3, 4, 5.
See how I don't have to go into Bootstrap, that's my CSS file, in order to make that change. I don't even have to do that. All I gotta do is change to class.
So we can have a 10 minutes break and we'll come back to this.
I like that.
Yep. Yeah.
Excuse me, can I look at the conference line? Is it here? Yeah. I just, it's in the project. Okay, you might be accepting the numbers right now.
Don't pretend like I know something.
Come around here.
For each thing is different because for each thing, if you go into Bootstrap, you do control find. So what do you want to check right now? Button, page one. See, there's so many buttons.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, that was
Just
me.
leave it.
And then just keep going down. You see how all those things, all those basically edits for one button. And if you go all the way up, all the way up, all the way up, minus what you go in there. See how all this is like that?
Yep.
It makes it so that when you do a dash in class, it's gonna make it whatever color this is. So you can literally go into the HTML, like you see how. You see text primary, for example. You can push text blue or what? Text purple, and it'll actually come up with. You see how this is text primary?
Yep.
You see how you set it?
Change it to blue.
Just change primary blue, purple to secondary, and it's gonna change the color.
And secondary is already black.
It's great. Look, going to the Bootstrap.
No, primary, it says primary, not blue.
Primary is blue, but if you go right here, Bootstrap, you can see it. Primary, blue, secondary, gray. That's smooth. So this is if you add a dash and then put this in for any class, this is what it's gonna do. You know what I mean?
But, yeah, these are the basic, like, understanding that would make it not open. I know exactly what I'm doing. Because if you just drop Bootstrap only, like,
Right.
what is this?
Right.
What am I supposed to do?
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
When I first read it, I was like, Bootstrap. It sounds like we're about to get into the nitty-gritty of coding or something. But the whole time it's a program.
Yeah. So basically this game, we have this stuff, right? It's like give him like somebody who just came out of jail $1 million. He gonna waste it. He doesn't know what to do with it.
I wouldn't even say $1 million. It's something. It's like land. Giving them land. That's really then they really don't know what to do.
Like, you know, grass everywhere. I don't know what to do with it. But get somebody that knows what to do with it, and you know, nice beautiful buildings.
Yeah, dude. Sell those so that you can make more or whatever.
You know, right in there, and income is coming in. So that's why I was like, bro, give us the basic background. It's a little.
Water on desk.
I was about to.
What? Sure.
Do you have the same headphones as me? Do you have the same ones?
No, I don't.
Oh,
Them,
okay.
this
I was
is an
like-
old version, so.
I was like, how is
Oh,
it in?
do you need another headphone?
Yeah.
Sure.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
I know, that's why I was like, there. That's why I was like, two times, yeah.
I mean, you're good for everything else.
It's whack when it's that far. Because
That
if it was
far.
closer,
Then it would be just as
yeah.
big.
It was like
They would have a
23rd,
Christmas party every year.
27th, something like that.
Something different.
It's not too rough.
Yeah, this is also that's
Stacked up. I know this thing's up and stacked up.
You know what it is? It's a get the power on.
Alright, I'm gonna keep going to style this page. So, alright, so this is what you should be able to see. We have we adding the width to the input, and we give some space between each input. Alright, so next thing we want to do is style the button. Right, style the button. Make a submit button looks better. So we go to Bootstrap, search for button. Yes, on left, search for button. BUTTNON. To style the button. Right, so I actually want a large button, so it's going down here. So these are some huge ones. I think this one may be good. It uses 4 classes here: BTN, BTN primary, BTN large, and BTN block. I'm gonna try them one by one. So this is a one without any class. It's ending them one by one, so you know which what each class does to it. For the button, I'm gonna use class BTN. See, okay. So it's remove the border and the background of the button. And this is what BTN does. BTN is remove the border and the background. If I keep ending the second class, I use space to separate the classes. The second class is BTN primary, BTN-primary, and which gives the background color. In the Bootstrap, there are about 6 or 7 colors. Have the primary, which is blue. Secondary is green. Have a success is green. Have a danger. Have warning.
There's more than that.
Huh?
There's more than that.
More than that?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, maybe. But the common ones are 7 to 8 colors, and have a yeah, info, which is a lighter blue. But this are all the Bootstrap classes we usually use. Maybe there's more than that, right? So we're gonna use the BTN primary here, and the third one it use is BTN large, BTN dash large. I think just make it large. I see it. Right? So make it large. Right? And the last one is BTN block. Large is LG. Sorry, BTN LG. Make it large. Right? Make it large size. And the last one is BTN block, which is make it longer. BTN block. Yeah, so BTN longer. So all the classes make this button. And you can change it to any other color if you like.
None of that's popping up.
Right, so here are the classes we're using. BTN primary, BTN large, and BTN LG, and BTN block.
Change the color of the button. You have to put the.
Oh, you got to do BTN first?
No, we change the BTN dash primary into some other things like
Because BTN.
BTN primary, have BTN success, which is a green color. BTN warning, yellow color. BTN info, which is like a green. Actually, it's a lighter blue sign. So that's the different colors. You can find them in the Bootstrap.
Can we change the for our color?
Yes, we're gonna mention that later on. Combine Bootstrap with our own style. Of course, I can.
I'm not asking myself because originally what I did was I wanted to have both the style sheets on there. So I put this one in the comments, but then I said style sheet 2, so I just didn't register it. So I had to, no, I had to take out the second one was style sheet 2. No. So this said style sheet 2, I had to take out the 2.
Okay, so that's how you pay for it.
Okay. Yeah. So that's how you make a login. Very basic login form. It has everything, right? It has everything. Right. So some students were asking, how do we customize the color or customize some style by our own style, while we're using the Bootstrap, right? So, for example, if I want to change this button into some my own color, maybe like a yellow, like a I don't know, orange color, or something like a dark blue or dark green, something like that. So, in the HTML, actually you can link more than one CSS files. So right now, you see we have a link here, link to Bootstrap CSS. We can actually add in another CSS file to it. After the Bootstrap, just put another link. Let's say link it to like a my style.css, another CSS file. You can do more than one. And you just go ahead and create this file. Right, my style.css. You can create more than one here, right? My style.css. And inside here, remember we already have the Bootstrap, right? So how it works is like the HTML, it's reading your code from top to bottom. So we're firstly linking to Bootstrap, and then linking to your own CSS file, which you're going to replace the Bootstrap style if you have both of them. Right, so what I mean here, in the my style CSS, we can put a BTN, like a dark red, something like that, and just put, don't forget dot, put the background color is dark red, and the color of the font is white. This is my class. So in the index HTML, I will be able to use that. I can just directly put it, instead of using btn info, btn primary, I'm going to change that to btn dark red. So it's still using the btn large, and the btn block class from Bootstrap, but the btn dark red is from my own CSS. Bootstrap doesn't have it, so it's going to be look like that. Right, so everything is from Bootstrap, but the color is from me. You can have more than one CSS file linked to one HTML file.
But it's not, obviously not necessary.
Well, it's necessary if you want to use it, like to make the Bootstrap style, to customize the Bootstrap style. You can add it. Well, it's not a good idea to directly change the Bootstrap file. It's better to have your own style file and then change it from zero, because it's easier for you to look it up in the future. Because the Bootstrap file is too huge. If you just directly modify it, and in the future, if you want to change it back, it's going to be harder. So it's better to just create your own file and add the style into it.
Just what you need.
Yeah, just style it to what you need.
Make it easier. You gotta do the, what do you call it?
Not BTN is a class or
No, it's just a shortcut for button, but it's just something that they try to make it like explained by the name by itself. It's not something that doing any functional stuff, just a name. Just name it to anything.
Go up. See under link. Well, put it in the link.
All right. So let's take a look. What else we can use from Bootstrap? Right. Let's take a look at what else we can use from Bootstrap. If you open the Bootstrap page, you can basically looking for like all the other things like interesting. For example, the navbar, or navbar, which is one of the very important stuff for every page. Like you can easily create a navigation bar like this, or like this one, or any one. So if I want to using the navbar format, I can basically just copy the code format. I have copy button, it's copy format, and you can just paste it inside your file. I'm gonna put it before the everything, before the container even. Just put it here before everything. Just paste it in. So I just save the file. And it can have a navbar inside your page, right? Have created a navigation bar on the top. See that?
That's right under the body, right?
Yeah. Let me just do it again. So this is what I used to have. This is my container, and you just go ahead, go to the Bootstrap, search for navbar, which stands for navigation bar, and looking for the style you like. I have a lot of styles. Just looking for maybe this first one, and the second one like this one. I'm using this one here. Actually, you can just keep going. Have other color if you like. I think good. I say you have the other colors. You can also use in the class using to style it by yourself, like any style you like. Okay, just choosing maybe let's see which one I like. Maybe just this one. Yeah, this one. Easy. Just 4 buttons and the title. Just copy that, and go ahead Let's copy that. Go ahead and paste that into the HTML right after the body tag, before the container. Right, so this is somewhere on the top. Just paste it over here. Yeah, paste it over here. So navbar, it's a lot of stuff inside here, but it's just. So it's going to create a navigation bar for you. It has home, feature, pricing, and disable. You can change that. Right? Change that. Change that. So yeah, so it's like a. If you take a look at the code they have here, right? Let's just take a look at the code they have in the example. So they have a class navbar. Navbar expand large, navbar light, and BG light. If you check the Bootstrap CSS, looking for each one of them, they have basically explanation of everything. Right? If you go to the Bootstrap CSS and looking for like something like a navbar, they have explanation of what they did here. Basically, that's going to be a lot. But this is what everything they did there. To make this navbar, to help you to understand the CSS part. Yeah, so what it does basically just make a navigation bar on the top, allows you to navigate from one page to another page. Right, so it has the 4 links inside it, have a button on the top, right? So it looks like that. So when the page gets smaller, it's working this way, and when the page gets large, it's just showing all the buttons. Right? It's responsive. So if you're gonna create this navbar by yourself, it's gonna take you a couple hours or minutes. But just using Bootstrap, it's much easier. You can just copy and paste from code from it. That is navbar, and we can try something else like list group. List group. So it can make the list like this one. You can also make things like active, make it in blue color. And something you can do is make it like different colors. You can just copy this one. And you can see how it looks like in the page. I'm gonna put that right after the form. So you can just play around with it. You should be able to see how it looks like. So this is the list. Let's give you a way to style this stuff. Alright, what else we have? Let's see. They have things like yeah, a lot of stuff you can try play around with it. The most common ones are just input button or like a page. We have button group. You can make the button like this one here, right? Or that. Something. So all the styles you can find here, you can basically just copy the paste code into it. Just copy ahead, go ahead, copy it, and see how it looks like this one. Yes, go ahead, copy that, and paste that inside your page, and you'll be able to see that. Yeah, so create a button group inside it, and feel free to change the content inside it. Alright, so other things like card. Card is also very common to use to create a card, like this one. Right, so you can basically create a card after it and put it here. To create a card. Let's create a card, and you can put the image inside it. So the card have a source here. You can basically give a real card source, like say a cat image, like this one. gonna copy the image address, paste that in, and it's gonna looks like a car like that one, right? You don't have to like a copy from mine. Just go ahead and go to Bootstrap. Just click on the things that it looks like interesting. Just go ahead and copy something and try to see how it looks like in your page. Jumbotron. Let's give some darker background. Just copy and paste it. Just play around with it. See what you can create with the Bootstrap. Right, so let's create a Jumbotron style component. Yep. I'm gonna click on enter to search first. Not search. Yes. So we put down the page. Put it right before what about that? That you can see it. Okay, this part like in the body. So part in the body. But yeah, we'll put that later. So put it right after the image. First, let's see if your page looks correct. Go to page. Your page looks correct. It's correct, but if you go to the bottom part, which you want to change the color. Yeah, I change the medium color to the class logo. Yeah. Yeah. One more time you check in your my style series name. It's BTN color. So change the BTN color to BTN color. Just put the BTN change it. Yeah. Yeah. To BTN dark green. So one. Just not having enough space to show it. Yeah, save the file. You should be able to see the color changing to dark green. Yeah, three classes. One, two, three. Do different things. BTN is remove the
problem is in the bootstrap side. Search for bug of the command. Because I'm going to also use this creates a block and enable buttons to span the full width of the parent. And examples of errors and explanation of errors. And also disable strict buffer unable. Yeah, and also you can check it or check it from CSS setting. No, it's not illegal. It's not. This is something, you can find slides here, but it's not. That's you don't have to work for yeah, you can.
See a question?
Sure.
So with this, button right here,
About there, I think it's not under, it's because it's not in the container. Container goes into the middle. So that in the container should be set. Patch that before this DB is a container, I think. If you put it inside the container, it's not like
the style sheet clear, it's called what here?
prettier. Hey, this one here, it's right here. That's right, it's installed. If you go to the settings, search for format unsafe. Format unsafe. You know that? Go ahead, close it. And if you save the file, every time you save, it's going to format it over. I think it's already formatted. Yeah. So for example, if you type something, go to here. And yeah, so if you, for example, just type that, create, and every time you try to save it. what would you when we add function to it, and when we really submit it, right now it's just a layout, not actually doing anything. Try to click the button, right? So right now, not doing anything. We're still not with these. That action is for just a thing, just a tapping there, more like a two words. So it's because the spelling check is not always correct. Not always correct. Just make sure that it's going to just only check if there's an English word. But this sometimes, yeah, it's going to say something like that. It's going to say just ignore it. It's more cheap. It's more cheap to tapping there. Okay. Sometimes. Yeah, there you go. It is clean. You see like a you can see like it's a URL and everything in the URL is actually content and AI everything is actually content. And if you break it like that, you have to save it. It's gonna be formatted. From sure.
I want insights, but when I insert this one, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay, same like the Bootstrap is not linked to it. Yeah, I don't see the Bootstrap here, the Bootstrap file.
The same thing.
No, you need to
Just drag it.
let's see. Let's go back to here. Yeah. Copy that. Okay, now drag it into the folder. Yeah. Move. Here we go. So you see that have a second hidden and leave that in the same folder. That may works right now. You check the back GPL page.
So just refresh it. Oh.
Yeah. Anyone still have question? Yeah. Adding the wrong, so go to the input to class form
All right. So next thing is let me show you something. So next thing is we're gonna talk about our first assignment, right? So through this course, we're going to do we're gonna finish a couple projects. So we're gonna start our first project, and the first project is actually a very huge one. So this project is done by like about 7 or 8 assignments, one by one, like linked together. The first one, we're going to create the HTML and CSS and using Bootstrap stylet to make the pages ready. And later, in the assignment 3 or 4, we're going to add in the content into it, like adding functions into it. Let me first show you how what we want to do here. So what we're going to do is a web maker. It's a web application used to help the other people to make a website. That means anyone who wants to make a website doesn't really know how to do it, they can use this application to do it. And we're going to make this application to allow everyone without any coding background to make a website. Let me show you how this website works. So once you get into here, and you can go to register a new account. For example, let's say msymbol, password msymbol. Right, so once you reach the account, it's bring you to your profile. And inside here, you can just enter your email address, your first name, last name, and upload it. You're able to check all your current websites you have. I have no websites yet, so I want to create my first websites. This is a plus button. I'm gonna go ahead and click on it, and give a name. For example, the first website I want to make is my. Let's say I want to make a Facebook. Let's say a description, just a test. Submit it. I made my first website here. Click on it. Right, it shows all the pages I have. I'm going to need a couple pages for my website. So first one, home page. Title just home. Right, and make another page. About. Just about Facebook. Right, and my website has 2 pages. And for my home page, I can create some content here. For example, plus I want to create a heading. And name here is my Facebook. Right. And text, just say Facebook. Size just 1. Right, it's Facebook. That's my title. And maybe I want to add an image. Name of the image, just the I don't know, just home, just home image. And the URL that's looking for an image here. Facebook. Right, so maybe this one. Right, I put this one there. I put this one. Just copy the URL address, the image address, and put it here. And I want it to be 100%. And put the image here. It's maybe too huge. We can edit it to like 50%. Facebook. And maybe I also want a video. I can go to a YouTube. The name my home video. For the URL, let's go to the YouTube. Looking for a video. Facebook. Okay, I don't know. Maybe this one. I'm gonna copy video URL and put it here with like a 50%. Save it. Oops, seems like it's not working. Oh, it works, just slow. Right, so I put my video here. And in our finished version, we should also be able to drag the videos around to change the order of them. But now this one is not finished yet. Yeah, so that's my home page. Let's go ahead and create my about page. And the content heading about Facebook. This time it's about Facebook, same thing. Size 2, that's smaller. And ending another heading like size 5. Put something random. This one just some description. Text here, just some random stuff. Describe my website. Just make it longer. Describe what my website is doing, and again adding an image to it. So this is basically what we want to do for this project. We're trying to create an application allows others to use that to create a website. Right. This is some basic functions to it, and later we're gonna add in other functions that allows you to add in label, add in text input, links button. So in the first assignment, we're going to create HTML and CSS files for every page. Including, let's just go back, including the login page, right? It's the same thing like what we did this morning, and sign up page, similar, and also we need to do the profile page. Right? I have the website list page. List all the websites we have. Right, so let me show you the description of the assignment 1. I need to attach that into the MCM website. Just give me 1 second. Go to the drive. Dominic. Assignment. Waymaker. Assignment 1. Going to put that inside the. Give me 1 second. I'm going to share it. Copy it. Right, I'm going to put that into the M symbol so everyone will be able to see it. Login. Assignments. I'm going to add it. So assignment name is webmaker1. It's going to be assignment 1, webmaker1. I'm going to add a date later. Right, so that is the assignment. You should be able to see that right now. And if you click on that, it can bring you to the description of the assignment.
Gee, I don't see it in the chat.
Huh?
The sign's supposed to be the chat.
The what? The chat?
The sign that you're supposed to.
Oh, it's in the M symbol, the website, not in the Slack. Go down here, go to the assignment. It's right here. You don't have to log in to see the assignment. Log in just for you to check your grade later. Checking your grading and check your comments and after your assignment. Right, so let's talk about this assignment. So this is the first of several assignments that will guide you through the creation of a website that you will be working on through the course. Okay, so it's going to be a series of assignments. yeah, so just basically describe like what this website is, allows users to create websites, allows users to create their own websites. Right, so later you will be able to create your own project. So right now everyone gonna working on the same thing to practice it. Yeah, so there are some use cases. What the users can do here. Like developers can they can sign up accounts. They can log into their accounts, use their profile, blah blah blah, and they can upload their own update their own profile. They can log out. Right, so the data models here, you can just basically ignore this for now. We're gonna use that later. So the whole structures, let me just give you an idea what it does looks like. So we have a this is our website. I call it webmaker. Basically, you can call it anything. So in this website, we have multiple users, different users, right? Okay, Alice, Bob, Charlie, anyone, like see you as different users, right? Different users, and each user can create multiple websites inside here. Each user can create multiple websites. Okay. Maybe he's to create a blog, and create a Twitter, and create a Facebook, and maybe he tries to create some restaurant website introduction, right? A different website. So each user is going to have like a different websites, right? And each website going to have multiple pages, like home page, contact page, about page. Right? Each website is going to have different pages. Right? So it's like always like a one. This is called one-to-many. One website, multiple user. One user, multiple website. One website, multiple page. And each page is going to have different things. And for example, one page will have a title, will have a maybe have an image, maybe have a video inside it. Right. So those things we can call it widget. Different widget here. Just the names for it.
Does it above under content?
Hmm?
Does
Yeah.
it above?
Yeah. All the things that is contact. This is the contact in the page.
No, look at the word under the word contact.
Well, contact is about. Yeah, sorry, just bad handwriting. So it's more like we have a different kind of structures here. So we have a user. It's too high for me. User. So we have each user going to have multiple websites, and each website going to have multiple pages, and they have widgets. Right. This is the structure. User contains websites. Websites contains page. Page contains widgets. Just give you a basic understanding how the website is constructed. So when you create a website, you also need to think about how I'm going to create, how I'm going to construct this website. For example, if I'm going to make eBay, right? Everyone uses eBay, right? And I don't think it's how it's written like that. So eBay website. So it's, when you make eBay website, you're gonna think about who is gonna use my website. People want to sell stuff, or people want to buy stuff. Two kinds of users. Right? We have seller and the buyer. You can think about it, brainstorm it. So what buyer, seller? So first we're gonna think about seller. What sellers can do. Right? So we're gonna come to the use case. Think about what everyone can do here. Right? Like the website here. So what sellers can do. So yeah, they can sign up, right? They can register accounts. They can register means they can log in, so they can log in here. Think about the functions they can do here, and they can
Message.
yeah message. That's something. Well, that's a minor stuff. We're gonna first think about the main functions of our website. Allows them to sell, right? To sell, they should be able to adding the item into their selling list, something like that. Like adding item, something like that. To be general, any item to be sold, just say any item. And to add item, they also definitely want to be able to edit it. Right? Sometimes maybe they want to change the description, change the
the image or adding some new stuff, and they also want to, if I don't have it anymore, I can remove it. Just sell the stuff, right? Those are the main things. So if I want to make a shopping website, they should be able to add in the item they want to sell, stuff like that, right? And there's definitely going to be more like sending messages, or like definitely going to something like edit their own profile, right? Change like where the store is located at. Item will be shipped from the United States, will be shipped from Europe, something like that.
Buy now or auction.
Yeah, something also seems like yeah, buy now or a lot of things. So this is why like you can see each application like this gonna takes a team of developers working in years. So just to be simple, like this is some basic information for the seller, and for functions for the buyer, like things like same function should be able to register, able to log in, and something like to be able to search items. Yeah, that's definitely some key functions to search items.
Favorite items.
Yeah, things like that. Favorite item is sometimes minor, right? Search item is definitely first. And to be buying items, we be able to add anything to their shopping cart. Yeah, add item to shopping cart, and to shopping cart, and to be able to check out things like that. Check out the item to pay it. Right.
Don't you just having to have payment information?
Yeah, I think there's a lot of list of them. So after you list all the use cases like that one, you're gonna think about how many pages you need for each function. Right. So register, we need a page to like to allow you to register. Right. It's gonna be a page you need, and login you may need another page. And after they register login, they may bring them to their own profile. And other than that, they may need a home page. And think about okay, any item you may need a one page. And edit item, well, they may these two maybe can share the same page, and edit maybe. So we can just put them there. And search items, that can be something in the home page, right? To the search bar here. And but like to show like after you search, it's showing the search results. You also need a new page for that. You think about page. And after you think about like how many pages you need, you're gonna start to design the login page, and the username, and the password, and the login button. That's a basic. Right? And ready to sign up, something similar. The username, password, the first name, last name, your email address, your your personal address, your zip code, things like that. So you don't think it's just a process to brainstorm the new website, right? So after this is something I come up with, like so I think about like what features I need, and I'm gonna think about how the things gonna link together, like how, like so I'm gonna think about we're gonna have in my website. It's gonna be only one kind of user who wants to create a website, right? So to keep it simple, who wants to create a website, and that means every one of them is going to be able to create a website, market websites, more than one. And to make a website, you need to have multiple pages. Like you may have like each website is going to be able to contain multiple pages, and each page is going to have like a content inside it. And content, I just call them widgets, or you can just call it like pieces. And a title, have like a paragraph, image or video. So this is just a way to brainstorm it, and list them here to going down. And here I also trying to this is just basically a chart showing the structuring of the page. Right, so yeah, so like it's more like on the left the person, and just like the user. And in here I think I have two types of user. The developer is the owner of the website and who created it. He will have the permission to be able to edit it, or to add new stuff, or to remove, to delete it. And other users are people who see it. And just other people who only have permission to use the website. They won't be able to edit it. Just can't see the website. And so each user, a person, going to contain the website. The website contains the page. The page contains the pages. And on the right, we have a list of different types of pages I'm thinking about. We have have a header widget, paragraph widget, a label widget, text widget, options. It's going to be like a infinite list. You can start from the basic ones, and it can take you a whole lot to maintain, to keep adding new ones. Like if you want, if you do have the customer who's using it, they always want to add new features to it, right? Yeah, so just how it is. We're gonna using this chart later when we create like a database or stuff like that.
And this will be done in the web maker application.
I'm sorry?
Is that with web maker? Is that the application or is that the name of the site?
That is application. Oh, web maker. But yeah, right. I don't know what's a good name for it. I just call it a web maker, website maker to make the website. Wireframes. Wireframes is a design of stuff. So it's here, right? So I'm just custom. So I group all my pages into users page, website page, pages page, and widgets page. So here are all the users page, right? So page is related to the user itself. So here I have a login page. Page is for the user to log in. You have a username, have the password input, allows you to enter username and password, and have a login button, allows you to click on a login button to log in. Register button, and you click on register button, navigate you to the register page. And the register page is similar, but have a username, password, and a verified password. You need to verify your password before you register. And once you register or log in, it's going to bring you to your profile page. And where you'll be able to see your username, your email, your first name and last name. And also you have a button for websites to check in all your current websites you have. Or you'll be able to log out here, right? And also have a check button here to allows you to update your profile. Have a footer, right? So then we have the website pages. So we have 3 user pages and have website pages. The website pages, this is the same page, but it is a different views. Like when you use a mobile phone, this is the page like that. If you're using a laptop, this is the page like that. So you have all your websites are listed here. If you click on them, and they have a count button if you want to enter the information of them. And they have a plus button to add new ones. This is a structure of this. There's a website lists page to list all your current websites. Right. So, and if I click the plus here, it's gonna bring me to the website new page. Right. It also have 2 versions. On the left is a mobile version, portrait version, and on the right is a laptop. Is a landscape is a desktop version. So it should be on the mobile version. It's simple. Just have a name and description here, and you click check here to any new website. And desktop version, you can still see the list of websites you currently have. Still, you can add in name and description. You can check to any new websites. It's a website new. Right. And for this.
This for this assignment, is it just the design, or is we have to add functionality to it?
No, just design, of course, just design. And and the cog button, if you click on that, it's gonna bring you to this page, website edit, and to like something similar to the website new, but just gonna have a delete button here. I have delete button here. So once you click on the name of each page, it's gonna bring you to the page. Page list of pages, page new, and page edit. A new page and edit our existing page. And here comes the last part with the widgets. When you go to each page, you're gonna be able to see the heading, and there's a cog button allows you to edit, and see the title, see the image, see the YouTube video. If you click on the plus button, it's bring you to the widget chooser. If you click on header, it's going to bring you to widget heading, allows you to create a new heading. Click on so in the first assignment, we'll only create 3 kinds of widgets: heading, image, and YouTube. So if you create a image, it's going to be widget image, and you click on the YouTube, it's going to bring you to the YouTube. 3 kinds of widgets.
And here is a chart for how the page is connected together with each other. Right, so in the login page, if you click on login, it's bring you to profile page. If you click on register, it brings you to register page. If you click on cancel, it bring you back. Right, this is how each page is connected together. Right, so in the profile, if you click on the websites, it's bring you to the website list. Just click on, if you click on the edit, it's going to bring you to the edit website, right? And the table down below is the same thing as the chart, but just another view. So if you click on login, bring you to the profile. Click on register, bring you to the register page. Right, it's the same view. Same thing, just a different view. Right, here are some style requirements for it. Using the Bootstrap to style your website. Right, and some requirements. All passwords input must be of type passwords. Yeah, something like that. And the buttons and links that looks like buttons must use in Bootstrap class btn and btn block. Right, things like that. So,
so within the web page, you're gonna have things that's gonna be specific that you want us to do, and then everything else is gonna kind of be up to us.
Yeah. So as long as your style matches the requirements, you can change the color, change the format, to make sure that is comfortable for the users who's going to use it. So you can feel free to change anything you like, and make sure that everything is clear and yeah, easy to understand for the customers. Yeah. So yeah, please use Bootstrap first. Later you're gonna be able, if you can, of course you can use your own style without Bootstrap. But I still suggest you to apply both Bootstrap and your own style to it at the same time. Yeah, of course. So for this course, what we're gonna do is we're gonna follow 3 steps. First step is like you see I do it. I'm gonna do the assignment in front of you to give you an idea of how I did it. And second step, I see you do it. You're gonna do what I did.
How easy it is.
Yeah, so yeah, it's easy. I know. Yeah, it's not like a college class. I don't want to try to give you some trouble to ask you to struggle for hours. Just more like help you to understand how it works. So the second step is I see you do it. You're gonna follow what I did. I mean, I may record a video, I may not, but you're gonna be able to repeat what I did to finish the assignment. Well, basically, I'll finish first, and you finish the same way I did, or similar way. You can change the style to customize it as you like. And the third step is like you did it by yourself, and I'll help you with that. That's going to be your final project. So this is like 3 steps. First, you see how I did it, and you're going to do the same thing, like follow how I did it, and I see how you do it, and I'll grade it and give you comments to let you know like what you did well and what you can improve on it. And the third step is like your final project. You have 1 month to do something you are interested in, any project you like. You can talk about, discuss it, design it, and help you to come up with something you like. And talk about that later. Yes. Well, if you finish the assignment earlier than the whole class, you have some extra time to work on that. Yep. So the assignment description is shared, and what time is it? 11:50. Yeah. So I think, okay. So we have 4 parts. Now I'm actually going to start to working on assignment from tomorrow morning, and so you will have afternoon time to copy what I did in the morning. So this afternoon I'll give you some time to try if you can how much you can do on the assignment. And yeah, always the students start first, because some students want to try by themselves before I give some hints. So there's 10 minutes left. You have to take a short break before the lunch, and after lunch you can start to do this assignment. The assignment is going to be due next week. Next Friday, I guess. So we have 2 weeks on it. Actually, that's not week. Yeah, I think yeah, 2 weeks. Yeah. So it's definitely gonna be enough time. But like every day you won't like have like a full day to work on it. Maybe just half day. Like half day Tuesday, half day Wednesday. Right. Every day.
Have a full week.
full week working on it. Finished on that, and yeah, so this is going to be the first part to just come off the layout, the HTML and CSS, and maybe in the WebMaker 2, we start adding some functions to it. We make 3, we're adding some backend, adding database, and link everything together, make it a huge project. That's something really fancy you can add on your resume and to show that this is something you learned, you know how to make a real application. And yeah, so in the resume, like after you finish this course, you're gonna have this WebMaker and your own project and a couple smaller projects while we are learning this course, the coding. Okay. Yep. Sure, give me 1 second. Let me share my application link so you'll be able to see how it looks like. I'll share that in the Slack. So I'm gonna put that in the Slack in here. And this is an example of the WebMaker. Stop recording here.